Hi, hello, happy Tuesday. The Love Guru, the movie that made Mike Myers take a little sabbatical from acting. Widely known as one of the worst movies ever made. So accomplished it won 3 Razzie Awards. It takes a lot to win 3 awards, and for that, I give them a lot of praise. If you're unaware of the movie The Love Guru, it's about an American guru raised in an Indian ashram. Guru Pitka, who is played by Mike Myers, returns to the United States to seek his fortune as a spiritualist and a self-help expert. His skills are then put to the test when he has to get a heartbroken hockey player's marriage back on track in time for their team to win the Stanley Cup. I personally don't think a guru is needed in this situation, love or otherwise. Probably just a couples therapist would be more beneficial. But I don't know. Who am I? I didn't devote my life to the study of love like Mike Myers' character did. I remember first seeing The Love Guru the same way many others did, in your living room from a video rental store, which for me was Family Video. I was 12 years old when I first saw Mike Myers play The Love Guru, and honestly, I remember enjoying it for the most part. Now, to be fair, at that time, just the simple act of watching anything on TV was enjoyable for me. Didn't quite matter what was on. Those pictures are moving? That's good enough for me. So now, as a man in his mid-20s, I decided to rewatch The Love Guru in all of its glory. And I had plans to recount the insanity and stupidity of this movie to the 15 of you watching this video. But as I was watching this movie and taking my little notes on what I found interesting, I realized something. There's a reason this movie is a Razzie treble winner. It's just not fun to watch, certainly not at my desk alone. This isn't the type of movie that you want to put on a Saturday night with your friends and make fun of. This is the type of movie that you never pick up and pray to God that enough time passes you forget it exists. The whole time I was watching this movie, I was thinking,
Ha! Stop it!
and I had low expectations going in. I wasn't expecting much, but I didn't laugh a single time. I'm sorry, I can't do this. That is a lie. I regrettably have to inform you that I did laugh one time. Quite frankly, I'm embarrassed to say that I laughed when they cut to the hockey coach's office.
Damn it!
I'm ashamed. It caught me off guard and it got a laugh out of me. Watching this movie feels like you're watching a movie that a character in a movie would watch. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't feel like a real movie with a real plot or real writing. It feels like a movie that would be in the background to a good movie. That's how I would describe The Love Guru to people that haven't seen it. After finishing The Love Guru, I was distraught. I no longer knew what to make this video about. So I went where I always go when I need answers, IMDB. And I found myself looking at the reviews of Love Guru. As expected, 99% of them were trashing the movie. But then there was that pesky little 1% of people standing up for what they believed in. People who didn't give in to the masses. These people who against all odds truly believe this movie to be a perfect 10 out of 10. A+, 100%, gold star, #1, gold medal, breaking the world record. There's a lot of great movies out there, but not many perfect ones. And that got me thinking, these people that were brave enough to give arguably the worst big budget movie a perfect 10 out of 10, what else did they review on IMDb? Let's take a look at this 10 out of 10 review for The Love Guru. It was heavy-handed, painful, and endless. The opposite of funny. Well, okay, that's an interesting 10 out of 10 review. Not what I was expecting. But this person also reviewed the Hannah Montana movie. And the review for that is, I just want to start off by saying that this was not at all a bad movie. I am a 20-year-old male, and maybe like some of you, I love to watch movies in all shapes, forms, and colors. Ah, yes, I love to watch movies in all colors. Black and white, regular color, etc. Well, as many others have stated before me, its target audience is not adults. So, if you don't get it, don't beat yourself up about it. Oh, thank God. That makes me feel better. I was watching the Hannah Montana movie and I could not figure it out for the life of me. Is Hannah Montana and Miley the same person, or are they different characters? It's just nice to know that I'm not alone and other people are thinking the same things. It's just that I'm too mature and adult-y. Another 10 out of 10 review for The Love Guru writes, I think people who didn't like this movie are on downer drugs. Insane for someone to assume that if they don't like the same movie as you, they're on drugs. Even if someone hated my favorite movie, the most I'd react would be like, really? That's interesting. I wouldn't react with, what are you on, fucking heroin? No? Well, you must be on like fentanyl or something. Yeah, that's what it is. You're not? Well, the only way you couldn't love this movie is if you're on horse tranquilizer. The review continues. I watched it 4 times to see why people might not like it, and honestly, I don't get it. After the first watch, they were like, well, there's nothing wrong with it. I should probably watch it a few more times just to be sure, though. Wouldn't want to miss any Easter eggs. I looked at what else this person reviewed, and they had also given a glowing review to Gary Busey Pet Judge, a show I, quite frankly, had never heard of. Please, please, make as many episodes as possible. Gary Busey riffing freely? What could be funnier? I will support this show till the end. Well, they didn't have to support for long because it was canceled after 1 season. Just in case you were curious, the premise of the show is Gary Busey presides as a pet court judge to help resolve people's pet-related problems.
You're having a Viking boat funeral for the cat. And then put the remains of the cat's burned body in the mausoleum.
After watching the first episode, honestly, I gotta disagree with them. 8 out of 10? Are you kidding me? Give it a 10 out of 10. Gary Busey riffing freely? What could be funnier? One more reviewer that gave The Love Guru a 10 out of 10 said, even my girlfriend who wanted to leave after 15 minutes told me she liked it after 90 minutes. Babe, we can't leave now. They're about to fight with mops full of piss. This is the best part. One thing I found interesting was for so many of the reviewers, this was their one and only review they ever made on IMDb. Many of these people made an IMDb account specifically to give The Love Guru a 10 out of 10. And these people didn't make these reviews in 2020 as a joke. These are people who in 2008, when the movie was released, made these reviews. Not because they had to or were told to, but because they wanted to. Because they believed in something greater. They stood up for a movie that no one else was willing to stand up for. Sure, maybe people looked down on them for these reviews, but that didn't stop them from standing up for what they believe in. And hey, that's pretty cool with me. Lastly, one thing I noticed was the amount of people who gave The Love Guru a 10 out of 10 had also reviewed Avatar and given it a 10 out of 10. And these weren't like short reviews for the Avatar that these people were giving. These people were saying, this movie completely changed my outlook on 3D movies. If before it I had doubted somehow that these movies are our future, now I am completely sure that if more movies like this one are made, the theater will advance. The theater will advance and will follow. And what's crazy is they were right. Now every movie in the theaters is 3D. Every new TV coming out is assumed to have a 3D feature. Heck, even our phones can display 3D video. To think how far we've come, all because of the release of Avatar. Huh? What? Oh, none of that is true and 3D movies are basically extinct? To be fair, I can't blame the guy for writing that review. When I walked out of the theater after watching Avatar, I was absolutely amazed. Now, to be fair, I was only 12 years old, but I genuinely thought there was no CGI in that movie. It looked so good that my little brain thought everything I saw was real. To be clear, I know that Pandora doesn't exist. That we know of. Well, we've come to that point again, where the video is ending. What a time it's been. You're probably thinking to yourself,
Oh, I haven't laughed like this in such a long time.
oh, no? You're not? You're actually thinking,
Ha! Stop it!
ooh, yikes. Well, that's the end of the video. If you guys could all sign my petition to get Gary Busey Pet Judge back on the air, I'd really appreciate it. They say they only need 15 signatures. Apparently that's how many people were watching the show when it was first released. All right, bye-bye.